Now,
Yeah.
as we all know, electricity, especially generated from renewable energy, is getting cheaper and cheaper. And small systems like solar powered irrigation, solar pump, floating solar are coming closer to the farmer where they are, right? And then agrivoltaics also quite big. Do you have any view as to how it has changed and how things might change a bit more by having access to electricity so cheap, so easy?
I think it is a fascinating scenario to have, for example, now the costs are going down so much. It is also a plausible scenario, but the important thing is if we really want these technologies to transform our agriculture, we need a holistic perspective covering institutions, policies, technologies, behavior, and markets. These are the five pillars that
Hmm.
must be considered in transformation. So the issue is that, I mean, there are many good examples. And for example, solar irrigation, and it can create most immediate impact, especially in dry lands where the water shortage is continuous. But the thing is that they can increase the productivity by even 30 to 50% easily, and it will help many smallholder farmers. However, governance is also equally important so that farmers, either unintentionally or intentionally, do not overexploit the groundwater. So this is where some governance mechanisms are needed. Otherwise, this leads to wastage of resource. Normally, because of illiteracy or other reasons, lack of awareness, people think that more water lead to more yield. But we want to say that optimal water utilization of water is more important. So this is where some governance issues are also coming into play. So if the transformation has to happen. Same thing when we go to the on-farm production as well. There are many innovative technologies, and the clean energy can really substitute cost so much and at the same time reduce emissions. So because this has potential to really affect every link of the agricultural value chain, right from production. So there are many good examples actually, whether it is in Kong region or Philippines or even China, India. There are many pilots, and there are actually, in fact, large scale this thing also. For example, in India, they have a Prime Minister's program, PM Kusum. They have piloted with 300,000 farmers. They got 30 to 35% higher yields just using the solar clean energy technologies in production time. Again, to what extent the governance is effective in making these technologies available for smallholder farmers is very important, because otherwise it's corporate farming that will make use of these technologies so at wide scale. So the smallholder farmers may be disadvantaged. So that is where the governments also play an important role. How do we democratize this access to these technologies?